Hello and welcome our blood viewers to RTD's News English edition. As usual, we bring to you the major and top highlights of tonight. The head of diplomacy presides over the annual meeting of the European Union. And on the international scene, despite the arrival of humanitarian aid by sea, food is still in short supply in Gaza. Those were the major and top highlights. Welcome back to our newsroom, our beloved viewers. The traditional annual meeting on the political dialogue of this year 2024 between the Republic of Djibouti and the European Union took place today, Sunday, under the co-presidency of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Government Spokesman Mr. Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, and the Ambassador of the European Union to Djibouti, Mrs. Selvi Tabas. The annual political dialogue between Djibouti and the member states of the European Union was held this morning in the conference room of the Institute of Diplomatic Studies. The meeting was attended by the Minister of Economy and Finance, Mr. Ilyas Moussa Dawale, and numerous European Union ambassadors associated to Djibouti, some of whom are based in Addis Ababa. The topic discussed covered all the major areas of cooperation between the European Union and the Republic of Djibouti through several partnership agreements and touched on political, economic, and social issues, as well as security concerns in the region and worldwide. During her speech, the European Union ambassador to Djibouti emphasized that the cooperation between the European Union and Djibouti is developing year after year and said that it is a pleasure to meet again at the European Union-Djibouti Partnership Dialogue. The Minister of Economy and Finance, Mr. Ilyas Moussa Dawale, noted that the current situation of maritime traffic is returning to normal compared to the past 2 months. For his part, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation and Government Spokesperson Mr. Mahmoud Ali Yusuf welcomed the implementation of the Cotonou Agreement, which is a cornerstone of cooperation between the European Union and the Republic of Djibouti. The Minister of the Environment and Sustainable Development, Mr. Mohammed Abdul Qadir Musa, took part this Sunday in the video conference meeting of the environment ministers of the Arab countries. Republic of Djibouti, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Jordan, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen of the PERSGA Regional Organization for the Conservation of the Environment of the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden. The aim of the meeting is to take stock of the situation in the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden, following the recent unprecedented events following the attacks in the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden on the vessels Ruby Mar on February of 18 and True Confidence on March 2nd, 2024, present a major danger to human life, the economy and the maritime environment of our region. The ministers of the environment of PERSGA member countries met to address this environmental crisis by Zoom. The Minister of Environment and Sustainable Development, Mr. Mohammed Abdul Qadir Musa, delivered a speech at the meeting in which he underlined the Republic of Djibouti's concern about the potentially devastating consequences of major maritime pollution in the waters of the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden. Let's listen to him.
First, wishing your excellencies, your families, and your loved ones a blessed Ramadan filled with blessing and forgiveness. May Allah reward your good deeds. Let me also take this opportunity to express our support to Her Excellency Dr. Jasmine Fouad, who is currently assuming the chairmanship of the Council, wishing her a continuous success. I wish to extend my sincere thanks to His Excellency the Secretary General of PERSGA, who has spared no effort in supporting member states and implementing activities that contribute to the conservation of our marine and coastal environment, in which our economic developments are heavily relied upon. The alarming situation caused by the attack on the Ruby Mark vessel and the Red Sea on 18 February 2024 off coast of Yemen and its subsequent sinking, in addition to attack on True Confidence vessel in the Gulf of Aden, 17 nautical miles of coast of Djibouti, and 2 March 2024, which has also sustained serious damage with casualties, and this report pose a serious danger for the human lives, the country economic, and the marine environment of our region. In response, I would like to stress that my country has played a major and essential role in facilitating the smooth and effective evacuation of the crew on board the two vessels to Djibouti.
Accompanied by their coach, Mr. Hassan Saeed, the Djiboutian athletes set foot today in Accra the capital of Ghana, ready to take part in the 13th All-African Games. 6 athletes, including 2 girls, will be competing for Djibouti in the various athletics events. As soon as they arrived, our valiant athletes were warmly welcomed by the mission managers, Mr. Mustafa Ibrahim and Mr. Jama Hirsi, enabling them to feel supported and encouraged in this adventure. March 18 will mark the start of their participation when they will enter the fray with determination and full passion. On this first blessed Friday of the month of Ramadan on March 15, 2024, the Regional Subdirectorate of the Secretary of State in charge of sports, in collaboration with the Societal Charity Association, launched the Ramadan tournament in the presence of the local authorities of the Tajura region, namely the Vice President of the Regional Council, Din Hassan Hussein, the President of the RPP Ali Gadali Annex, the Head of the Harak District, the Principal of School 4, the Regional Subdirector, and our close collaborators. The tournament is a fun way to liven up the month of Ramadan, both for the players and the sports-loving public. The first match of the tournament pitted the Alamo team against the Madrasa team, putting on a great show in terms of both sports and public entertainment. Sporting activities are planned throughout the month of Ramadan, with all afternoons devoted to the 3 sites set aside for the competition. The Regional Subdirectorate urges all participating teams to show spirit of fair play throughout the competition. Shifting gears towards the regional scenes now, where in the Somali context, the wounded from the armed attack carried out by the extremist Al-Shabaab movement against the SYL hotel in the Somali capital Mogadishu were evacuated today to Ankara, Turkey to complete their treatment. The 19 wounded, most of whom were civilian and military officials, were bid farewell at Aden Ade International Airport by Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud and senior Somali government officials. And on the international scene, at least 36 people were killed in an Israeli airstrike that destroyed a house housing displaced Palestinians in the Nuseirat refugee camp in central Gaza. A spokesman for the Hamas Rural Territories Ministry of Health added that more than 100 people had been killed in the past 24 hours. Witnesses also reported airstrikes and fighting in Khan Yunis, Gaza's main southern city. In this shelter for displaced families in the capital of Port-au-Prince, hundreds of people are fighting for food. The situation is critical, according to Jean Martin Buer, director of the World Food Programme for Haiti, who warns of one of the world's most serious food crises. Nearly 45% of the Haitian population is facing severe food insecurity. Well, buddies, our blood viewers, we finally conclude this edition. Thank you for being with us, and make sure to tune in later for more. Have a wonderful evening. Take care.